إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة دلالة وكل دلالة في النار. Verily, ya ikhwan, ya akhawat, all the praise and all the glorification and all of the magnification, it is due to Allah and Allah alone. And I publicly, I inwardly, and I outwardly attest to the fact that there is nothing that deserves to be worshipped as a deity except for Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. And I bear witness, ya ikhwan, ya akhawat, that there was a man named Al-Amin, Abu Qasim, As-Sadiq Al-Masduq, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, salawatullahi alayhi wasalam. He was the finality of messengers sent to guide mankind from the darkness into the light. Ya ikhwati fillah, ya akhwati fillah. Recently, ya ikhwan, I had the chance to spend some time with one of my good friends. And I take it very seriously, ya ikhwan, that I have someone that is considered in my inner circle of 3 or 5 good friends. And as life passes you by, ya ikhwan, ya akhawat, many people, ya ikhwan, you'll find them amongst your ranks. But not how many people, ya ikhwan, would be considered your real friends, ya ikhwan. And if you look at the Arabic dictionary, ya ikhwan, we find that the word Siddiq, Nasib, As-Sahib, Zamala'u or Zamili, Rafaqa or Rafiq, Waliyun or Khalilun, a Mawla. These are some of the names in the Arabic language that break about in the English language something called a friend. And in the Arabic language in the dictionary we have Qasim and Adu, the enemy, ya ikhwan. So our topic today, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, is friends, frenemies, and enemies. Or enemies, friends, and frenemies. Or frenemies, friends, and enemies, ya ikhwan. As they used to say in the old days, the good, the bad, and the ugly, ya ikhwan. Some people will love you for the sake of Allah, and some people, they'll love you for some other reasons. And there's been some very beautiful statements over the years, ya ikhwan, concerning this. We find that the scholars, they said, At-tariq qabl rafiq. At-tariq qabl rafiq. That the path, the sirat al-mustaqim, staying on istiqamah, ya ikhwan, it is more important than your friend. And as the Prophet ﷺ said, one narration is in the Mustadrak of Imam Hakim, he said, La tasahib ila mu'minan. Do not accompany anybody except a firm believer. La tasahib ila mu'minan. And in another narration, one wording says, Al-mar'u. And another narration says, Al-rajulu ala dini ala khalilihi. فَيَنْظُرْ أَحَدُهُمْ مِنْ يُخَالِ كَمَا قَالَ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. That a man or a person is upon the religion of their friend. So look to see, ya ikhwan, who you take as your bosom friend, ya ikhwan. And a friend these days, ya ikhwan, is something which is extremely, extremely, extremely important. We find, ya ikhwan, that Allah Ta'ala wanted to say, التعاون على البر والتقوى ولا تعاون على الإثم والعدوان. Cooperate together, ya ikhwan, in piety and righteousness, but do not come together on sin and transgression. So if you have, ya ikhwan, a friend, or someone who's a so-called friend, and they're inviting you to sue, ya ikhwan, inviting you to evil, then this is not your friend, ya ikhwan. This is Ashab Su. These are the evil people. And the dalil that we find, ya ikhwan, and this is why we want to explain to the brothers that Allah Azza wa Jal, in His book, after I say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, went on to say, Al-akhila'u yawma'idhin ba'duhum aduwan ila al-muttaqin. Close friends that day will be enemies to each other, except for the righteous, ya ikhwan. Except for the righteous, ya ikhwan. Close friends, on that day, they will become enemies, ya ikhwan. Because if you sit amongst the people, and they're backbiting, and committing namima, and doing all types of su, maybe some of your friends, and ya ikhwan, I have to say it, as this technology is getting so out of hand, ya ikhwan. And I went on to Periscope recently to watch one of my friends give a lecture. And since I started going on to, many people have started to add me to their list, add me to their list, add me to the list. And now when you turn on Periscope, and we can use other bad names, ya ikhwan, every person, especially the Muslims, are on there. Sisters in their khalwa of their house are giving lectures and talking. And brothers are hanging out in the clubs or in the shisha hookah bar. Akhi, ya ikhwan, the hookah bars are being shut down because the Muslims are shooting and killing and fighting people in there because of this bad friendship. Imagine this. The hookah bars in Toronto are being shut down because of behavior of the Muslims. I'm going to say it for you one more time. The hookah shisha bars that have been here for 25, 30, 40 years are now being shut down because of the Muslims and their friends hanging out there kicking the bobo. And while they're on there, they have their parents go, yeah, we're just getting high like a fool. Ya ikhwan, shisha's haram. We find, ya ikhwan, that some of the people from the past, they wanted to say, one of the Salafis said, do not befriend a sinner, a fasik or a fajr, because he will sell you for a few morsels, ya ikhwan. And there's been people that have been in my life, ya ikhwan, I thought that they were my friend. And the only time when they see me, they put on that big, beautiful smile. Assalamu alaikum, mashallah. After 2 minutes, brother, you got some money you can lend me, brother? You got some money you can give me, brother? Those type of friends, ya ikhwan, you don't need that. Every time you see them, they got a hand out. They want you to put some money in their hand. They want you to come out the pocket and give you something, but they never give you anything, ya ikhwan. Also, we find one of the statements of one of the Salaf, he wanted to say that the secrets that you must show before your friends are only those through which your enemies cannot harm you. For friend may change into an enemy. Friends, frenemies, and enemies. Friends, frenemies, and enemies, ya ikhwan. We're talking about people that you interact with day in and day out, ya ikhwan. Maybe some of the people that you're hanging out with at the school, that you're sitting, ya ikhwan. It is extremely important, my dear brothers, that you pay attention. And there is something that Oprah Winfrey said, which is really interesting. And as you know, she's a multi-billionaire. A multi-billionaire, and she happens to be black. And when she was overseas just recently, last year, she went into a store, and she was dressed down, and she asked one of the ladies, can you pass me down that purse? I want to see it. And the lady looked at her, looking at her because she wasn't dressed up, thinking she's just a poor black woman, and kicked her out of the store. Ya ikhwan, these words that she went on to say were very profound when I came across them. She said, everyone wants to ride with you in the limo, but what you want is someone who will take the bus with you when the limo breaks down. Ya ikhwan, I have met Muslims, and there's a story that I have to tell you, brothers, that some years ago, one of the Muslim brothers that I used to be very, very, very close to, many, many years ago, this brother, he bought a white Mercedes-Benz. And this brother, after 2 weeks of getting the white Mercedes-Benz, Allahu alam if he had iron on him or not, he got into a car accident, ya ikhwan. And then he got his car fixed, and then he said, brother, the car's been sitting here for some months, why don't you drive my white Mercedes-Benz? I'll put you on my insurance, just drop me off and pick me up twice a week at my job downtown Toronto. Other than that, the car is for you to drive. You put the gas in, the insurance is covered. Just pick me up on Monday and drop me off Monday night, and pick me up Monday night, and drop me off on Friday and pick me up on Friday. No problem, mashallah, beautiful deal. But the funny thing, ya ikhwan, is I was traveling all throughout the city with this white Mercedes-Benz. And astaghfirullah al-azim, it became, astaghfirullah, a halal, hardy chick magnet. Every Muslim I wanted to know who's the guy rolling up in the white Mercedes-Benz. I went to a few masjids, and some of the most prestigious imams that never hardly gave salams to me in my life walked 50 feet to come and give me salams. And after they gave me salam, oh brother, where'd you get this white Mercedes from? How much does it cost? How much mileage? Never asking me how I'm doing, how my iman is, did my parents become Muslim yet, how are my children? First thing they want to know is about my dunya. You don't want to have friends like that, ya ikhwan. You want to have righteous friends. Friends that will remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ went on to say, he said, that there is a platoon of similar familiar souls, ya ikhwan. You'll find that they say, birds of a feather, they flock together. You'll meet that type of a Muslim that it's like you've known him your whole life. You just click like that. Maybe you click with the sister just like that. As the Prophet said, that there's a platoon of souls that were taken from the heavens and they're put together and they recognize one another. There's brothers, ya ikhwan, that I've met them the first time. And it seems like we've known each other forever. We just click and things get very easy. Also, we find, ya ikhwan, that some of us, we have acquaintances. Some of us, we have colleagues. Some of us, we have comrades. Some of us, we have associates. But a true friend, ya ikhwan, a true friend, and I want you brothers to pay attention. A true friend will come and he'll stab you in the front instead of stabbing you in the back. Or he'll come and he'll tell you to your face something is wrong with you. This is what a true friend is. A true friend will come to you and say, Akhi, you got some issues. And I'm only telling you because I love you for the sake of Allah. You need to change this, you need to change that, you need to do this, you do that. That's a true friend. Our evil friend, or frenemy, is someone that will come and they'll stab you from behind, ya ikhwan. And this is something that I'm encouraging my brothers right now. That as you're starting to build, ya ikhwan, sahaba, friends of yours, be very, very careful who you take as your inner circle. And there's a story that I was saying a few weeks ago. There was a young Muslim brother, okay, a young Muslim brother who grew up with Tyrone from the street. They were in grade 1, grade 3, grade 5, grade 8, grade 10. They went to high school, they finished high school, and one day Tyrone came knocking on the door. Yo, Ahmed, man, I got this little package. I was just wondering if you can hold it for me for a few minutes. Ahmed said, no problem, Tyrone. Me and you, we've been boys from back in the day. A couple minutes later, ya ikhwan, a SWAT team. Move closer, brothers. A SWAT team of police came and knocked the door down, ya ikhwan. Had a gun to his head, had a gun to his mom's head, had a gun to his sister's head. And also on top of that, ya ikhwan, this SWAT team, when they came in, they didn't say, oh, we're going to come and raid your house. Tell your women to go put on their jilbab and their khimar because, we know you're a Muslim. And we know there's only one bad Muslim in there, but you know what? We're going to let you practice some Islam. We're going to let you put on your dress. No, ya ikhwan, the SWAT team came in tenfold. All because Ahmed made friends with Tyrone, who's a homeboy in the street, slinging and slanging, hanging in bricks, trying to make some paper, as they say. And ya ikhwan, the majority of the youth that are in the jail right now is because of bad friends that they've made over the years, hanging out on the block, hanging out in the street, hanging out in the shisha bar, hanging out in the restaurant, hanging out, ya ikhwan, even on the basketball courts. As now there's been some reports where people are saying, let the kids not play basketball, let's play baseball or soccer. Because if you bring basketball, then the kids with marijuana are going to come and sling some drugs around here. This is serious, ya ikhwan. Hanging out with the wrong people will get you into a lot of trouble, my dear brothers, with that. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa usalli wa usallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Ya ikhwan, some of the non-Muslims, they said that friend is someone that you hang out with. A friend is someone that you have fun with. A friend is someone that you depend upon. As Muslims, ya ikhwan, I say this. A friend is one that you're going to do business with. A friend is one that you're going to make salat with. A friend is one that you're going to make hajj and umrah with. A friend is one that you're going to do dawah with. And a friend, ya ikhwan, is one that you may travel with. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, we're talking about friends, frenemies, and enemies. We're talking about enemies, frenemies, and friends. My dear brothers and sisters, this is extremely important because the Prophet ﷺ, he did not leave this ummah, ya ikhwan, in a state of confusion. He gave us gems and gems and gems of statements and narrations, ya ikhwan, to help us practice our religion. Allah Azza wa Jal did not leave us, ya ikhwan, like a man in the middle of the night with no guidance, ya ikhwan. Allah gave us treasures from the book. We already gave you an ayah Now we're going to give you a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and this hadith, ya ikhwan, is collected on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, where he said that the Prophet went on to say, أحبب حبيبك حون ما عسى أن يكون بغيضك يوم ما وأبغض بغيضك حون ما عسى أن يكون حبيبك يوم ما وكما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم أخرجه الترمذي وصححه الألباني. The Prophet went on to say, love the one whom you love to a certain degree, moderately. Perhaps one day he will be someone for whom you have to have a hatred for, and hate the one whom you have hatred to a certain degree, moderately. Perhaps one day he will be one who you have to love. Ya ikhwan, it is balance, my brothers. وقال الله تعالى وكذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. Ya ikhwan, بين التفريط وإفراط, both sides, ya ikhwan, were the ummah wasit. The Prophet said, love the one whom you love to only a certain degree. Perhaps one day he'll be someone that you have to have hatred for, and hate the one that you hate to a certain degree, or maybe perhaps that you'll have to have love for him, ya ikhwan. Friends, frenemies, and friends. Friends, frenemies, and enemies, ya ikhwan. These are people that are amongst our ranks right now. Muslim and non-Muslim. It is possible, ya ikhwan, to have an associate who's a non-Muslim that could be your business friend. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see at the same time, ya ikhwan, the ethics that we need to practice as Muslims and our morals. Remember the Prophet went on to say in a beautiful, beautiful hadith, ya ikhwan. He said, what did he say? He wanted to say, I did not come except for to establish the good character, ya ikhwan. And as Muslims, if you find people amongst your ranks and they don't have good Islamic character, and as they say in the street, then bandat, get rid of it, ya ikhwan. People that aren't getting you close to Allah, close to the Jannah, close to the Hawd of the Rasul ﷺ, close to the companions, close to the Malaika, close to these things that will bring you close to the Akhirah, you need to get rid of them. And I'm telling you, brothers, I've been like a miser the last few years, slashing out people off my phone, slashing out people off my list. I have people's phone numbers on my phone, and I've saved them. Soon as they call, I see their phone, I know they want something from me. They're not calling me to invite me to the barbecue. Even though people have asked me a question, I gave them the information. I went to a barbecue, I seen the same person the next day. Oh, brother, mashallah. I said, hey, mashallah, the barbecue's going on. You didn't call me to tell me about the barbecue? But you need a favor from me? Those aren't my friends. Those aren't my friends. Because the friends that you will take could take you to the hellfire, my dear brothers and sisters. With that, أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله وسلام على المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه غفور رحيم. I pray that you brothers and sisters, you take this advice sincerely. Sincerely, be careful of who your friends are, because your friends can jam you up and make you end up in a place that you don't want to be, can even break marriages. And secrets that you have, make sure you're careful who you tell your secrets to. Akim as-salat wa lihammakallah.